Hello there. Well, we've had 2 days of quite heavy rain, and I'm on the lower part of our river, and I'm really hoping that there'll be some sea trout that have come up. It's quite dull at the moment, but that's probably better conditions actually, and it's in the morning and it's September. Anyway, let's see how we get on. Now this lower stretch of the river is very different from the upper stretch, which is very natural. This is an area which was probably heavily modified over 100 years ago. It was probably very much more marshland, and it's marshy now. It's gradually reverting. The banks are going back to what it was like years ago. It's got some really straight stretches which you can see will probably cut in there to drain these meadows, but the meadows really are nature's taking them over, and it's a very good place for wildfowl down here. And I have disturbed several mallard. Now the fly I'm using, it's a sea trout fly, but I've got quite a lot of these double hook sea trout flies which I don't like. So what I'm doing is taking one of the hooks off and debarbing them, and I found the best way to take the hook off is with a pair of wire cutters, but not use them to cut the hook, but to just break it off as close to the shank as possible, and that works quite well because these hooks they have got barbs on, and I take the barb off as well because I think it's definitely the best way, and it's the kindest way to treat fish. Hook comes out very easily and the fish can be returned to the water quite safely. Now you can see the character of the river. Oh, typical, I get a phone call and I get hooked up at the same time. Always happens. Anyway, I've hooked a chub, and of course chub don't fight very well, but it was quite exciting when it took the hook. It's quite a decent one. I need a landing net to bring it in, but these chub, they do rather give up after the first struggle. Now if it was a sea trout I'd still be playing it. Now you can see it's in beautiful condition. There's not a scale out of place. Obviously it's never been caught before. Well, that had my heart racing. I thought it was a sea trout, but it was a really nice chub, and it took the fly really well. So at least the fly it works all right, and there's a possibility that there's sea trout in this very cloudy water, which is very exciting. Now I've fished this river for many years, and I've noticed this area as nature gradually is taking it back. It's getting much nicer than it was. It was a meadow, and there was horses grazing here, but it just shows you that if you leave nature to its own devices, it will gradually improve. Now there's some nice pools here, but there's a big sort of open sort of floodplain, which there's shallow pools, and this river gradually running through it, but you can see it's a slow river. It's been excavated in many places over the years, but there's some really good lies here for sea trout. It's got all the potential it should have. Now there's the one of the ponds, and there's a mallard just flying over. Now I caught another chub. Another little chub. Nice condition. Well, so far all I've caught is 2 chub, but it's certainly better than not having any catch at all. But I don't know whether the sea trout are up or not. They may have gone up in a little shoal and gone further on up through this water. Well, I don't think the sea trout are up today, because I think I would have disturbed a few and I would have seen their bow wave. Anyway, I'm making my way back now. I'm going through this lovely mint. It's a very marshy sort of ground. I rather like it because I like wild fishing. It's harder to get through, but every step I take there's a lovely smell of mint coming up. You can hear the water as I squelch through it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this short video. If you did, please click a like and maybe subscribe so you can see another video later. Goodbye for now.